So far, the year 2020 has been pretty much the most dramatic in all of my life. I'm 55 years old and I've seen a lot of things in my life, but 2020 has just been crazy from the get-go. Pretty much start of the year, everybody's getting sick, we go into a pandemic. During that time, a lot of crazy stuff has been going on. And the latest thing with George Floyd is just unbelievable. So right now, I just want to have just a moment of silence so that the prayers can go out from all of you around the world who are watching this video for his family and his friends. So let's just do that real quick and start this video out with a silent prayer for George Floyd. All right, amen. So here is what's just really crazy. Now, what happened with George Floyd should have never ever happened. A man lost his life. This, to me, is nothing but murder. It's just murder. That's all that it is. I cried so much about it, and it's not even about knowing him. It's about the fact that this is just happening to people. And I just want to say this. George Floyd is really kind of what I would, say that you play Jenga, you pull that last block out and then everything just comes tumbling down. Or they say the proverbial straw that broke the camel's back. That's what this really is, because this kind of stuff has been happening for years. There have been people innocently killed by the police, and I'm not only talking about people of color, I'm talking about people of all races that have been abused by police brutality. Everybody's already angry, mad, wound up tighter than can be. And then all of a sudden, we get a video about 4 policemen, 3 policemen, 4 policemen, all leaning on a person, killing a person. A person that did not deserve to die at all. Now, Black Lives Matter, that is a fact. But what's the crying shame, what really hurts the worst, is that why do we even have to go to this extreme and say this? How did America go so wrong that we now have to actually get up off our seats and really scream at the world and say Black Lives Matter? Their lives matter, period, because they're a human being. They're a life form on this planet, like anything else. They deserve their chance. If they're a bad person, that's because they're a bad person. It's not because of the color of their skin. That has nothing to do with it. And judging a book by its color, judging somebody just how they look, it's been proven time and time again that is stupid. Yeah, now maybe sometimes, you can say, oh, okay, that's a bad person. I mean, if you see somebody robbing somebody with a gun or beating somebody up, you can pretty much say, hey, that's a bad person. But just walking down the street or something and seeing somebody sitting down with ragged clothes or something, and you think this person's below you because you're in a suit and tie driving a Ferrari, you know what? Fuck you. That these people are exactly the same as you, just that maybe their circumstances didn't lead to the spot where you did. I'm so lucky to be able to just do YouTube videos and be able to make a living and take care of my things by doing this. I'm a blessed person. But you know what? There are other people out there of every race, creed, and color around the world doing the same thing. So why? Are those people below you because they're not our same skin color or not your same skin color? I despise racism. I despise it all the way around. Black lives definitely matter. They do. And the reason that I'm going to stick with that now and I'm going to drop the all lives matter thing is because right now at this point in time, other lives aren't the lives that are being abused and taken. And this same type of event has happened so many times that if you listen to bands from the Rolling Stones all the way up to some of the modern metal bands, they're singing about this type of thing in their song happening. They're talking about an innocent person walking or doing something. Usually it's probably a poor black brother, and they're killing this person for absolutely no reason. Trivium has a song where they're saying the full protector, fired 41 shots, hitting this guy 19 times, and when they searched the body, there wasn't even a weapon, So here's another point of this video, though. Racism sucks. But police brutality is something else that needs to be brought out into the public about this, because they do this to all kinds of people. There was a guy in Fullerton a few years back. He was just a poor, white boy who had mental problems. And 2 police officers, a Mexican and a white cop, beat this guy to death. with their billy clubs. Same situation almost. The guy's pleading for his life, saying, please stop killing me. He's honestly crying, saying, Daddy, save me. Okay, why would you keep beating on somebody till they're dead when they're begging for their life? I mean, it's not like, a hitman, or is it? So were these cops in the past somehow involved in something that's beyond what we're privy to? Were they actually killing this guy? And did this last cop, who has had previous problems with George Floyd, did he premeditate this? Now, right now at this current time, they've charged him with second-degree murder, and I think that's probably pretty much the highest they're going to be able to charge him with, because first-degree murder is when you really, premeditated, pre-planned murder. Like this guy, knew that George Floyd was going to go to that store. He knew they were going to go to that place. They planned it out. He talked to the other police. They all planned this out. Now, I don't really think that's what happened. I think that this bad officer, who's had previous problems with George, just saw an opportunity for him to take advantage of this guy and abuse him. And because he's a cop, he thought the badge and the uniform would protect him from any type of repercussions. Well, guess what? He's wrong, because the world is changing. This is something that is very true. So if you're watching this from around the world, America has problems. We're a growing country. We're pretty much one of the youngest countries, and you all know that. So like every growing country, America in a way is a child. And we're all pretty much, children of America. But our country is changing. We are now seeing police being prosecuted for abusing people. It's happening. And now that this has happened with George Floyd, this has gone worldwide. This isn't just something now in the United States. There are people complaining, protesting all around the world. And that's pretty much what I'm going to seg out here is with this. Protesting, peaceful protesting is in our Constitution. It says it very clearly that we can gather peacefully and try to change our government. Looting, stealing, destroying stuff in your own neighborhoods is honestly really, really bad. I saw this video about this poor older black man. He was crying in the streets, screaming. They burned his business down, ruined him. He had worked his whole life to get his business going, get up and going. He was like, I finally had made it and you've taken everything away from me. So, please don't do this. Please be better than this. Honestly. Protesting is great. I'm with all of you. Black Lives Matter. It should be brought to attention that nobody should be treated differently because of their skin color. Especially because of their skin color. Skin color should not matter. It should not matter. Diversity is great. Respecting someone's culture, loving Indian food and the people who make it, and loving the Mexican people, and loving the black people, and loving everybody just because of who they are and their diversity is great. But skin color shouldn't matter, and it shouldn't be part of anybody's decision about how they interact with a person, how they treat a person, or anything else. We all need to wake up. Maybe when that song says it's the end of the world as we know it, maybe it means that we all need to really have a giant social awakening. A huge social awakening. Racism is terrible. Let's try to get rid of it. So maybe what happened to George is a terrible thing, but maybe out of this terrible thing, maybe something good can come out of it. Maybe something good can come out of it in the end. Maybe people will realize that this is wrong. Maybe the police departments will start cleaning their police departments up and getting rid of people that have these attitudes. I mean, the KKK, Nazi, and all this kind of stuff has no right being in a police department. A police department is supposed to be a neutral place who takes care of the law. It shouldn't be a bunch of good old boys, or it shouldn't be anybody. It shouldn't be bikers, KKK. It should be any group of people outside of police doing their job. God bless all of you people out there. If you're a person who's been looting and doing stuff like that, please stop now. Use your voice to make a change. The whole world is with you at this time. Use the power of your voice like it's never been used before, and let's help everything change. Get rid of violence. Get rid of police brutality. Let's clean the plate. Let's all learn to love and treat each other much better than we have in the past and support each other. Things need to change. Our world needs to change. Other things are our resources are slowly going, and our people are getting bigger and bigger and bigger. In the future, this is going to become a giant issue. And when it does happen like this, people not working together and people working against each other will literally destroy this planet. I love you guys. Thank you very much. George Floyd, his family and friends, I wish you the absolute best. I'm so sorry this happened to you, but I hope that this happening will change the world and that George Floyd will be remembered as the person who was the catalyst to make the change. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.